Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of week number 15 of the Wednesday Night Warriors series for the Dirt Slingers Racing League at Lernerville. Real quick, we're already getting ready to go for heat race number one. We'll give you the starting lineup. Here on the front row for our Edmond Trophy Company heat race, it'll be Blaze Baker on the pole in the 77 car. On the outside, for GB Restoration and Repair from East Troy, Wisconsin, it's going to be Gary Budzine. Row number 2, starting third for BGI Simsport and BSB from Junction City, Kansas, the one of Jacob Smuts. Starting fourth, the 11 of Cole Basso. And on the back row, starting fifth for Paints by Boyd, BGI, and BGI Simsport from Tahlequah, Oklahoma. That's the 9 of Colby Cooper. Rounding out the field for Raw Power Motorsports, DSRL, DRN, Tim Sims, General Tires, and Wicked Cushion from Edmond, Oklahoma. That is the 31 of Roger Wagner, and we are underway. Small field out here tonight, only 12 cars. So we're going to have 2 heat races and a feature. Everybody will be transferring. Go up to the press box and take a view from above. Blaze Baker out here ahead of Jacob Smuts in the 1 car. Coming around to complete lap number 3 of 8. Season winding down here for the Dirt Slingers Racing League. Just 2 more races after tonight to crown a champion. See Baker having a little bit of a connection issue there. Colby Cooper in the 3rd spot. That's Basso in 4th. Wagner and Budzine doing battle in the 5th and 6th spot. Looks like Cooper looking to the inside of Smuts there out of 2. Couldn't make it work. He'll settle in. iRacing just redid these UMP modified cars last night, or 2 nights ago, whatever the case might be. Update coming this week, and so these drivers getting used to driving the new updated cars. Heard not a very big support group on the new update. I heard a couple drivers talking before the race about how they like the cars, how they were before the update. Baker and Smuts running away here. Cooper trying to hang on in the 3rd spot. Coming around, white flag in the air this time, 1 lap left to go. Blaze Baker looking to pick up the win here in heat race number 1. Wagner up to the 4th spot around Basso and Budzine. Coming to the line, Jacob Smuts with a slide job, but it's going to be Blaze Baker picking up the heat race win. It'll be Smuts in 2nd, Cooper in 3rd, Wagner 4th, Basso 5th, and Budzine in 6th. That'll set up our 2nd and final heat race of the night. It's going to put them out on the racetrack here in a second. We'll show you the starting lineup. Starting on the pole will be the 20 machine of Keenan Batter, starting 2nd for Hammerhead Sim Racing, Indy Race Parts Midwest from Hobstadt, Indiana, the 92 of Paint and Grease. Row number 2, starting 3rd for BGI Simsport, Night Trips from Owasso, Oklahoma, the 13 of Cody Kelly. Starting 4th for Beware Racing, Superior Builder from Iola, Kansas, that's the 17 of Buddy Ware. Row number 3, starting 5th for Black Flag Racing, Scrub-A-Dub Car Wash from Waterford, Wisconsin, the 8 of Peter Breeze. And starting 6th for Team SKD, Telly Lake Vet and Fast Wings from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, that is the 118 of Scott King. There you go, Brandon. I was wondering what you were saying there. I figured you were talking about Cole, but wanted to make sure before I said anything, giving him a little bit of harassment there. Well deserved. It was a while ago, early on in the season. Cole actually joined me for a few races up in the booth, and then obligations took him away, but he did join us on the 360 series for a couple nights at the beginning of the season. Looks like Peter Breeze may now have joined. No, Peter Breeze is in pit road. Take a look at the 8 car there. So we get ready to go. We'll see if he ends up joining us or not. May not even run the heat race because we only have 12 cars in the server. It's going to be the 96 and the 020. Keenan Batters and Peyton Grease leading us to the green flag. So 5 cars on track right now for the heat race as the Chevy Silverado will dive down pit road and we'll get ready to go. Green flag in the air, here we go. Beating and banging, Batters and Kelly, there goes Ware over the berm. It's going to open the door for Scott King, Cody Kelly, and Peyton Grease. Grease out to the race lead in the 96 machine. Now Kelly and King are going to do battle. Looks like Scott King going to fall back to the 3rd spot. Cody Kelly up into the 2nd spot. As they do battle here, top 3. Everyone going to transfer. Looking at the top 3 right now, look back at Buddy Ware and Keenan Batters. They're doing battle for 4th and 5th. Might be having some trouble with the new updates, trying to get a hold of the cars. Peter Breeze actually make it out? No, he's still back there on pit road. Looking at the 17 car, making his way around. Let's jump back up to the front. Here comes Cody Kelly to the inside. Kelly almost had a heat race win last week. Looking to pick one up this week. Scott King in the mix as well. Scott finally getting a chance here to run up towards the front. Losing it now as Kelly takes over the race lead. Coming to complete lap number 5. 3 laps left to go. White flag in the air, coming around to complete the School of Sim Racing heat race, and it's going to go to Cody Kelly, who will take the win. Peyton Grease will come across in 2nd. Scott King will come across in 3rd. Keenan Batters 4th. Buddy Ware 5th, and Peyton Grease 8 laps down in the 6th spot. It's going to send us to a warm-up. So while we do that, we're going to go thank a couple of our sponsors, and we'll be back with our feature here in week number 15 for the Wednesday Night Warrior Series. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dirt Racing Network. Dom Santina here with you up in the booth. High atop Lernerville Speedway here as we look at Gary Budzane getting ready to go for the warm-up session. And now for the feature, things going to wrap up and get ready to go to feature time. We will give you the starting lineup here in just a second. Just want to tell you that you can take your dirt sim racing to the next level by joining the best sim racing community online today. At the School of Sim Racing, you can learn to drive and set up your car like a pro with a ton of free training and free setups for sprint cars, late models, midgets, and more. It's a perfect place to get your dirt sim racing on the right track. Visit schoolofsimracing.net to learn more today. "35 laps here at Lernerville for the feature here in week number 15. Go back down trackside to show you the starting lineup as they start to roll. And the Wichita Tire and Alignment starting lineup is going to look like this. Blaze Baker on the pole, Cody Kelly on his outside. Row number 2 will be Jacob Smutt starting 3rd, Peyton Grease starting 4th. Row number 3 starting 5th, Colby Cooper starting 6th, Scott King. Row number 4 starting 7th, Roger Wagner starting 8th, Keenan Batters. Row number 5 starting 9th, Cole Basso starting 10th, Buddy Ware. And rounding out the field, starting 11th, Gary Budzany, starting 12th, Peter Breeze. 12-car field ready to go 35 laps and wrap up the night here from Lernerville. It's time for the Wichita Tire and Alignment feature on the racetrack. Brandon, yeah, he seems like a pretty good kid, and he was actually just up on the podium 2 weeks ago. When we traveled to Knoxville for this series, he came home with a second. We'll see if he can get up here and challenge some of the guys up in the front and get another podium here in week number 15. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Wichita Tire and Alignment feature for week 15 from Lernerville underway, and away we go through turns 1 and 2. Cody Kelly jumping out to the race lead. Couple cars blinking on and off the screen there. So we'll take a couple different looks since we only have 12 cars. We'll play around with cameras here a little bit. We're looking from the pit stands here as you look. Blaze Baker trying to hold off Cody Kelly and Colby Cooper. Peyton Grease in the 4th spot, Scott King in the 5th spot, and then it's Buddy Ware, Gary Budzine, Peter Breeze, Cole Basso, Roger Wagner, Keenan Batters, and Jacob Smuts. Baker doing a heck of a job trying to hold these guys off up front. And now it's Cody Kelly leading them around, trying to pull away. Keep an eye back here on Colby Cooper in that 3rd spot. He's got your final podium position at the moment. Peyton Grease, Scott King doing battle for 4th and 5th. I think Peyton Grease having a hard time learning this new race car. He's been on the infield a few times today. Would be expected with the update just coming out within the last 48 hours, so got to get used to driving the new designed UMP modified. Hopefully by the time we get to championship weekend, he'll have it locked down. Jump back up front, look at your leader. Blaze Baker is holding on to Cody Kelly here for 1st and 2nd, and it looks like Gary Budzine's looking to re-enter the racetrack, and that's going to draw a caution. Go back and take a look at the 777 car coming off pit road. Waiting for the leaders to come by, and that's going to prompt the caution. You can see the pace truck coming out behind him. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened to the 777 car, see why he actually went off the racetrack. Well, there he is headed back to the pits. See if we can see it. Does he jump the cushion? What happens here? Battle with Peter Breeze. A couple cars get together. Wagner gets together. With Cole Basso. Jumps the cushion, and there he goes. It doesn't look like he had any damage. Now he does. Hits that right side of the car on the racetrack. And get ready to jump back. Just want to see if anything else happens here real quick, or if he just decides to head her down pit road. Yep. Just decides to head it down pit road. We are back in green flag racing once again. Cody Kelly, Blaze Baker leading us back to the green flag. Pile up in the corners at Roger Wagner getting involved. That's going to bring out another caution. Cole Basso is getting some repairs as well. Buddy Ware gets sent around there. He did. Let's go back and take another look at it. I think Ware went around and Wagner had nowhere to go. Just got a little too far sideways. Wagner gave him a little bit of a tap and around Ware went. Brings out our second caution of the night. Green flag in the air. Here we go once again. We'll see if we can get a green flag run in here as we're working on lap 8 of 35. Cars bouncing off each other there mid-pack. Still got Cole Basso down pit road, or no, he needs some repairs. Has not taken them. Gary Budzine could have some repairs too. Has not taken them. Back out on the racetrack. How about this though? The 118 of Scott King out front, challenging Blaze Baker for the race lead. Cody Kelly up there in the mix as well. See if Scott King can hold on to it. Still a long way to go in this one. He's got Kobe Cooper lurking in the wings, looking to try to take a podium position away from him. Roger Wagner up to the top 5 now, battling with Jacob Smuts and Peyton Grease as well. I think he's back to the 6th spot at the moment as he gets around Grease. Grease and Breeze now going to do battle. Kobe Cooper must have had a little bit of a mistake because here goes Jacob Smuts blowing by. Smuts looking to get up on the podium now as well. Blaze Baker out front, trying to hold off Cody Kelly. We saw Kelly lead some opening laps. But since the restart, Baker's been out front, and Kelly now trying to run him down. Scott King holding on to that final podium position. Smuts, Cooper battling it out for 4th and 5th, looking to try to get around King. Wagner trying to add his name into the mix as well, and Scott King could be having a serious battle on his hands in the next lap or two because Jacob Smuts is coming. King has some trouble in the corner. That's going to open up the door for Smuts, and here comes Jacob Smuts into a podium spot now. That might put Scott King at the mercy of Colby Cooper as well. Smuts almost blows the berm and goes over the top, but holds onto it just at the very tip of the burn there. Almost goes right through the cushion. Now Scott King down at the bottom, blocking off Colby Cooper. Cooper trying to look to the inside. Front two kind of stabilize their lead and comfortable. Cooper dove to the bottom, trying to get under Scott King. Couldn't make it work. That allows Wagner to come back in. We got another caution on the racetrack. Let's go back and check Gary Budzine coming back onto the racetrack once again. Having some more trouble. We can go see what the 777 was up to earlier in the race. See why he had to go down pit road, and it looks like he's been on pit road for a while. Just double. No, there it is. Just look at that. Car's not even turning at all. Struggling to get it to turn. Obviously made contact with the wall at some point. Got it to go straight there, trying to keep it off the wall. Loops it into the infield. Gets a tow back to the pit area, and then when he comes back on, that's what brings out the caution. Here comes Buddy Ware back on to the racetrack as well. Did he have some issues? See if we find 17 car. It's under caution now anyway. So anyway, regardless, jump up with your race leader. Gonna have 35 to go when we go back green flag racing. See, lights are out on the pace truck, so we're ready to go. Blaze Baker, Cody Kelly once again gonna lead us to the green flag. We are underway. Jacob Smuts now in a podium position. We're trying to hold on to it while they get going here. Colby Cooper look into the inside. Battle for the race lead. Cody Kelly wants it back, trying to take it. Blaze Baker going to run the high side. He's going to pull the advantage. Now Jacob Smuts looking to come up into the second spot. Almost contact there between the 1 and the 13 car. Here comes Colby Cooper to the inside. Can Cody Kelly hold both of them off? Smuts with a run up the middle. Gonna thread it in between Cooper and Kelly. Not gonna be able to do it. Kelly gonna hold it at the line that time. Smuts loses some momentum in the corner. Now he's gonna get a run off. Draw back even with Cooper for the third spot. Meanwhile, Blaze Baker just continues to click off laps. As we have 10 to go now. We're going to watch Cooper and Smuts continue to do battle. Cole Basso up to the 6th spot now, right behind. Roger Wagner looking to make a move to the inside. Basso leaning on Wagner a little bit. We're watching that battle right in front of him as well. Cooper and Smuts battling for the podium. They've allowed Kelly to pull out just a little bit over them in the second spot. As we have 7 laps left to go now. Wagner has got off of Basso now, and he's going to try to go after Kelly for the 4th spot. Blaze Baker having some massive connection issues. Looking back, gonna have 4 to go this time by. Keep an eye on Jacob Smuts. Looks like he's comfortably pulled away into the 3rd spot. Cooper running that bottom line now in the 4th spot, trying to hang on with 3 to go. Off the corner goes Blaze Baker. That's going to turn it over to Cody Kelly. Jacob Smuts into the 2nd spot. Blaze Baker now back on the podium in the 3rd spot. And we got a battle not only for the podium, but for the race lead. Here comes Jacob Smuts and Cody Kelly. Down the backstretch they'll go. Jacob Smuts, they're going to make contact. There goes Kelly. That's going to keep us green, but Baker on the podium, Smuts on the podium, and Cooper on the podium. White flag in the air, and Smuts either let them go by or had some trouble in turn number 3. A crazy finish to this thing. Could Blaze Baker come back from 3rd to the finish? Or is it going to be Colby Cooper at the line? Saying Blaze Baker is going to pick up the Wichita Tire and Alignment Wednesday Night Warrior Series win here in week number 15 from Lernerville. Colby Cooper will come across in 2nd. Jacob Smuts in 3rd. Roger Wagner 4th. Cole Basso round out the top 5. Look at these guys stopped up here on the stretch, front stretch. There's Colby Cooper right there. There's Jacob Smuts. Will we get the 077 of Blaze Baker to come back around or not? There he is, and we'll just keep that just like that. And we'll grab your 3rd place finisher here tonight. Bring him on in the booth. That would be the 1 car there of Jacob Smuts. Let's grab Jacob, bring him on up into the booth. Jacob, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, quite the kind of crazy finish to that one there. 1 point, you're in 3rd, then you're in 1st, battling for 2nd and 3rd throughout the night. Kind of talk through the last lap or 2 laps and what you saw from your vantage point.
Well, that was Cody's race. I just slid up a little bit and got into him. It seems like, and kind of ruined his night. So I backed out of it.
I was going to say, I kind of noticed when you went into 1 and 2 that you let off. I didn't know if that was a calculated move or if you were just having trouble with the car.
No, I kind of felt bad, and I didn't want to win it that way, and I backed out of it. And that was Cody's race, not mine.
All right. Well, regardless, you were still running up towards the front most of the night. Who would you like to thank for your podium finish overall?
Just my wife and kids for letting me do this week in and week out. Jerry's Electric, BSB Manufacturing, DSRL for putting on this pretty nice league, and Tim Sims, he does a great job with support, Super Clean, all the sponsors of the league, Jim Waller Restoration, MRB Morris Racing Bodies, Don's Transmission, and got a new one coming on board this year, Sunset Plumbing.
All right, that's your 3rd place finisher here tonight, Jacob Smuts. Class act moved there by Jacob. easily. We've seen it in this series. I've seen it in other series where guys would get together with Cody like that and still continue to go on to win the race. But Jacob having enough class and respect to pull aside and still end up on the podium. But, you could tell he was gutted about how that all went down. A lot of class there by Jacob. We'll get your second place finisher in here, Kobe Cooper. We'll bring him on up in the booth as well. Colby, you got a copy? Let's make sure he's in the right booth. Colby, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
All right. Not a lot of cars in here tonight, but you were able to kind of make your way up there. And for a while, you were battling on the podium, and then chaos kind of ensued there in the last 2 laps. Still able to finish in the second place spot tonight. What was it like from your vantage point and your night overall?
It was a pretty good night overall. I mean, good competition all the way, from the front of the field to the back of the field. And yeah, those 20, 30 laps were all battling, on the high side, low side. I mean, it was fun. It sucks for my friend Kodai Kelly. He's been working his butt off to get that win.
What did you think? I know they just updated the modified here a couple days ago. What do you think first race kind of running it here in the Dirt Slingers Racing League? What do you think overall tonight on that?
It wasn't too bad. I mean, it's definitely a learning curve, huge learning curve, but it's all in good fun. Everybody's got to run it.
And anyone you want to thank for your podium finish here tonight?
Yeah, BGI Sim Sport, Suwoop Racing, GB Designs, and all my BGI teammates.
All right, that's your second place finisher here tonight, Colby Cooper. And we will get your race winner up here in the booth with us in just a second. 077 car of Blaze Baker. Let's see if we can grab him, pull him up, and get him in the booth with us as well. Blaze, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. It turned interesting there at the end, but for a while, you and Cody were really the class of the field tonight, going at it first and second for most of the night. What made your car so fast here tonight?
To be honest, the setup was just good enough to accommodate for the iRacing little mess up, but I think just being really steady and on the gas just helped it to turn any way around the track. So just being really steady on the gas helped a lot tonight.
So you got to talk me through what you saw there in the last 2 laps, because 1 minute you're leading the race, you go over the berm, now you're back to the 3rd position, and then all of a sudden you're back out front. What did you see, and how did you take advantage of the opportunities presented to you?
Yeah, I rode the wall down the front stretch, and the car just said, "I'm not turning going into 1," and I went over the berm. So I'm screaming, freaking out, trying to get back to the lead. I see those two got together down the backstretch, and I just really was dodging to what I thought was going to be Cody coming back on the track, but he just stayed off. But Schmutz, was leading. I'm like, okay, he's just going to go on to the win. I thought it was kind of a racing deal. I'm just going to finish second or third to Jacob or Colby, but it was just hectic. But .004 is not that much crossing the line. I was really scared coming across the line because I led so much, just freaking out. So,
well,
crazy.
It was crazy, but you end up with the win here tonight. Who would you like to thank for helping you win out here tonight?
I'd like to thank all my sponsors: Hoosier Racing Tire, Algeier Shocks, Fox Racing Shocks, and then all the DSRL guys that put this series on. Just thanks again to everybody that helps me out.
All right, that's your race winner here tonight, Blaze Baker. We'll go through the short results here real quick, and you could kind of tell that everyone kind of felt a little bad for Colby Cooper, or for Cody Kelly there, drawing the bad end of the deal, and I kind of agreed with Blaze there. I thought it was kind of a racing deal, but once again, got to give a shout out to Jacob Smuts tonight for class act performance there. Just not feeling like taking the win after getting in to Cody. So here's the results. Baker, Cooper, and Smuts, your podium. Roger Wagner will come across in 4th, Cole Basso in 5th, Scott King 6th, Peter Breeze 7th, Keenan Batters 8th, Buddy Ware 9th, Cody Kelly 10th, Gary Budzine 11th, and Peyton Grease in 12th. It's going to wrap up the short night here from Lernerville, week number 15 in the books. 2 weeks left to go here in the Wednesday Night Warrior Series. We're going to wrap up the week tomorrow with our DSRL 410 Wicked Energy Gum Outlaw Series at 8 Eastern. Tune in then. But until then, for Roger Wagner, I'm Don Santino. Thanks to all the sponsors here at the Dirt Slingers Racing League and Dirt Racing Network. Thanks to everyone that came out and raced tonight. Until tomorrow night, have a good night, everyone.